There are people you speak to every day, people you ignore, the people that you rush, the people that you disrespect. But what if I told you that most of those people could be carrying a pain so deep that your words might be the one thing that stops them from hitting their breaking point? Hi everyone, I'm Remilekun Idowu and welcome back to my channel. A space where we share real life inspired stories filled with wisdom, faith, emotional intelligence, and life-changing lessons. To my returning family, thank you so much for always showing up. Today's special thank you goes to Mrs. Ibrahim all the way from Germany. Thank you for your consistency in watching week after week and taking time to engage with each story. God bless you, ma. And if you are new here, welcome to my channel, and I can assure you, you are in the right place. Before we begin, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this with someone, and drop a comment. It really helps this message to get to someone who really needs it. And don't forget, there's a playlist of my previous powerful stories right at the top of your screen. Make sure you check it out after this video. Now, let me tell you a story that will change the way you treat people forever. His name was Kouli Adeyemi. Kouli was once a very happy man, not because he was rich or famous, but because he was content with the little that he had. He had a wife whose smile gave him hope daily. She laughed easily and was full of life. With her, it was never a boring moment. And they both had a young daughter who looked exactly like her mother, always smiling and also full of life. Kouli also had a small stable job that paid the bills. His life was simple and it was enough until one day everything changed. That morning was like every ordinary day. Kouli got up early as usual and left for work. His wife got their daughter ready for school and then went to drop her off at school. After the drop-off was done, she decided to run some errands before heading home. So, on her way back home from the market, she was just about to cross the major road when, bam, a car hit her. Kouli's wife was on the floor and everyone gathered around her. Soon after, she was rushed to the hospital. Before anyone could understand what was going on, she had slipped into a coma. She was said to have had a severe brain injury. For months, Kouli lived in the hospital while also trying to be a good father to their daughter. The pressure was so much that he started selling off everything he had. His car, his savings, even his late father's land, to keep up with the hospital bills. Every day, he whispered to her, "You will wake up, I'm here." But one morning, the machines went silent. Kouli didn't just lose a wife, he lost his direction, and he knew a part of him was gone forever. He had missed going to work so many times when everything happened that not long after, he lost his job. You know, grief does not wait for work schedule, and life does not pause for pain. With nothing left, Kouli made a quiet decision to change his environment. So, he dropped off their daughter temporarily with his late wife's mother. Then, he left the city to start life again. Kouli arrived in a new city, feeling unknown and invincible, starting from zero. After a few weeks of searching, he finally got a job as a driver for a wealthy businessman named Chief Balogon. Chief Balogon was powerful, rich, respected, but deeply feared. Even his wife and kids feared him. From the first day, Kouli noticed something, that this new boss was a no-nonsense person. The man was very mean to all his workers and did not speak with kindness. Chief Balogun shouted often at everyone, at his staff, at strangers, even at his family. And Kouli was not left out. If Tunde arrived 2 minutes late to work, "Are you useless? Do you think this is your father's house?" Chief Balogun would often shout. Even if traffic delayed them, which is not the driver's fault, then Chief Balogun would shout, "You drivers are all the same. Nonsense." If Kouli spoke softly, "Speak up, or are you dumb?" Kouli never argued. He never responded harshly, never disrespected him. Even on days his chest felt tight, even on days his head ached from stress, Kouli remained calm. But it did not take long before Kouli started to fear his boss. One day, Kouli's neighbor, who had carefully watched him from afar, saw him walking to buy something and stopped him to speak with him. During the conversation, Kouli opened up to him about his past and what he's currently going through with his new boss. So the neighbor asked, "Why do you allow him talk to you like that?" Kouli simply replied, "I don't have anywhere else to go." But no one knew that Kouli's state of mind was worse than he displayed physically, and he was barely holding it together. Months passed, and despite the toxic environment at work, Kouli still kept working tirelessly. He rarely slept, always respectful, always quiet, while Chief Balogun was worse than he was at the beginning. Unknowing to Kouli, his health was slowly and silently deteriorating. His blood pressure was rising from constant panic. He stopped sleeping, and his body was carrying stress his words could not express. One afternoon, while washing the car, Kouli held his chest because he suddenly felt a sharp pain. Then his breathing became heavy. The gate man, who watched him from a distance, walked close to Kouli and asked him if he was okay. Kouli whispered, "Yes, I'm okay." But the truth is that he wasn't. He felt a sharp pain all day, but brushed it off, as Chief Balogun spent most of the day raining insults on Kouli. At some points during the day, it became more and more difficult for him to breathe. He then summoned up the courage to ask his boss, Chief Balogun, if it was okay for him to close early, as he wasn't feeling well. Chief Balogun called him lazy, slapped him, and insulted him some more. So Kouli managed until it was time to close for the day, and then he went straight home. By the next morning, Kouli did not arrive at work like he normally would. Chief Balogun was furious. He called Kouli on the phone repeatedly, but there was no answer. "Lazy man," he shouted. "I will deal with him today when he gets here." Hours later, a call came in that Kouli had been rushed to the hospital after he collapsed at home. By the time Chief Balogun arrived at the hospital, it was already over. Kouli Adeyemi was gone. Kouli's neighbor joined the landlord to clear out Kouli's house, and they found a journal that Kouli had been keeping. In there, he had written all his life experiences and what he currently was going through. Since they did not know any of his family members, the neighbor decided to go drop his belongings, including the journal, with his boss, Chief Balogun, trusting that the chief might be able to locate someone who was related to him. Chief Balogun received the items and decided to open them. In there, he found a family picture of Kouli, his wife, and his daughter, smiling. And then he found the jotter. In the jotter, he was able to read all about Kouli and what he had gone through. And then Chief Balogun read about himself in that same journal. For the first time in years, Chief Balogun felt something he had never allowed himself to feel. Silence, then regret, then pain, and came the what ifs. That night, Chief Balogun's house felt different. It felt empty and heavy. It occurred to him that not many people liked him, but instead they feared him. So every shout he had ever spoken echoed in his mind, every insult, every harsh word. And for the first time, he asked himself, what if I had just been kind? But in reality, this was kindness thought of too late. Chief Balogun never forgave himself. He lived with the guilt even till today. Now he carries pain of guilt. He has tried to change. He became quieter, more gentle, more patient, but everyone around him still looks at him with judging eyes. Kindness is not optional. It is necessary because you don't know what people are carrying. Your words can either lighten or increase someone's burden. Power without compassion becomes cruelty. The truth is simple. Kindness costs nothing, but its absence can cost everything. Maybe you're not as extreme as Chief Balogun, but this story touched you. Let it change something in you. Be kind, be more patient, speak with care, because someone around you is fighting a battle you cannot see. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, share it with someone, and drop a comment below. I choose kindness. I am Remilekun Idowu, and as you step into this weekend, choose to be kind. Even when it is not easy, even when it is not deserved, because kindness can save a life. Stay wise.